Greetings, blessed love, and a mighty royal welcome to my channel. This is I Am Life and Light Productions, and Just Sparks. I am your host. Welcome today to class 24 of I School of Thought, lesson 24 of the Master Key System. Yes, it has been 24 strongs. We do give thanks, This is the last lesson of the Master Key System. I do give thanks for each and every eye that joined in with I and made it from the first class until this class. It has been a joy. It has been a pleasure bringing forward these teachings to the I them and to myself most of all. Seeing that it is a self-realization. It is a self-awareness, a self-reflecting, a self-cleaning, a self-mastering. So we give thanks once again to each and every eye that joins in with I. Royal blessings to each and every household going through. May each house be filled with health, wealth, and abundance of love. We do give thanks for the mighty Sabbath day remembrance, mighty heart of Sabbath remembrance to each and every eye. Do remembering that the Sabbath is a state of mind, a state of being. Being able to dwell in your state fulfilled. Entering into the kingdom of heaven and staying there. Not back and forth into the world of things, the world of illusions, and getting caught up in what we're seeing with our eyes. So we do give thanks once again. Lesson 24, we're going to begin. Pray all are well. I pray last strong, was prosperous to the eyes them, to all that have done the exercise or is doing the exercise. This is lesson 24 of the Master Key System. All right. Now, this strong, we're going to try to realize that this is truly a wonderful world in which we live. That we are a wonderful being, that many are awakening to a knowledge of the truth. And as fast as they awake and come into the knowledge of the things which have been prepared for them, they too realize that I has not seen, nor ear heard, neither has it entered into the heart of man, the splendors which exist for those who find themselves in the promised land. They have crossed the river of judgment and have arrived at the point of discrimination between the truth and the false, and have found that all they ever willed or dreamed was but a faint concept of the dazzling reality. So we do give thanks once again for this royal exercise and meditation, where we are meditating on the fact that the world that we live in is such a wonderful place. It is marvelous. It is full of glory and splendor and all the goodness that our heart could ever desire. Yes, right. And that as we awaken to this truth, to this fact of thoughts create, and we are the masters of our reality, then we will awaken to the splendors of creation. We will awaken to the truth of the Bible, the truth of what is said that, I'm looking for it, things which have been prepared for them, as written in the scripture. Eyes have not seen, nor ears heard, neither has it entered into the heart of man, the splendors which exist for those who find themselves in the promised land. Then you ask yourself, what is the promised land? Where is this promised land? I've heard about it all my life. We live in the promised land daily. We dwell in the promised land. There is no other land to dwell in. The promised land is the mind, from which all things proceed. It is the heaven that comes forth into creation and dwell amongst the people on earth, dwell upon earth. You know? So it is for us to overuse the power of our mind and the truth of creation, that all things are possible to them that believe. Yes, right. Okay, we're going to go through the questions and answers. All right. Lesson 24, question 1. Upon what principle does the theory and practice of every system of metaphysics in existence depend? The answer: upon a knowledge of the truth concerning yourself and the world in which we live. Question 2. What is the truth concerning yourself? The answer: the real I, or ego, is spiritual and can therefore never be less than perfect. Say aside, so who we are spiritually can only be perfect. And from perfection cometh perfection. Nothing imperfect can come from that which is perfect. You see it? Okay. Question 3. What is the method of destroying any form of error? Answer: to absolutely convince yourself of the truth concerning the condition which you wish to see manifested. Question 4. Can we do this for others? Answer: yes. The universal mind in which we live and move and have our being is one and indivisible. It is therefore just as possible to help others as to help ourselves. Question 5. What is the universal mind? Answer: the totality of all minds in existence. Question 6. Where is the universal mind? Answer: the universal mind is omnipresent. It exists everywhere. There is no place it is not. It is therefore within us. It is the world within. It is our spirit, our soul, our life. Question 7. What is the nature of the universal mind? Answer: it is spiritual and consequently creative. It seeks to express itself in form. Question 8. How may we act on the universal mind? Answer: our ability to think is our ability to act on the universal mind and bring it into manifestation for the benefit of ourselves or others. Question 9. What is meant by thinking? Answer: clear, decisive, calm, deliberate, sustained thought with a definite end in view. Question 10. What will be the result? Answer: you will also be able to say, it is not I that doeth the work, but the Father that dwelleth within me. He doeth the works. You will come to know that the Father is the universal mind, and that he does really and truly dwell within you. In other words, you will come to know that the wonderful promises made in the Bible are fact, not fiction, and can be demonstrated by anyone having sufficient understanding. You see it. So we do give thanks for the 10 questions and answers of lesson 24 of the Master Key System. You know, heart of love going out to each and every eye that join in with I, you know, and holds up on the Sabbath day, you know, renewing self, renewing mind, you know, understanding the world within, who we are, you know, and where we're going, where we came from. You see it. You know, so we do give thanks once again for another wonderful day of creation in which we are creating the very thoughts them that we are meditating on, that we are concentrating on. We are creating the very world that is in our mind to experience. So however the world is arranged within our mind through our thoughts is how the world will express itself outwardly to us. You know? So we must be conscious of these things. We must be conscious of the knowing that thought creates. The mind creates. The mind is heaven. The mind is the kingdom or the Garden of Eden. You see it, from which all things proceed. You see it. So we do give thanks to the eyes them, you know, continual diligence in the search of self, you know, in the knowing of who we are by going within. Not by asking anyone, but by asking self, you know, and being true to self, honoring self, glorifying self, worshiping self. You see it? For self is the only being that exists. And apart from self, there is none. You see it. So we give thanks once again. You know, I wouldn't stay too long. Much blessings to each and every eye out there. You know, continue full joy in the eyes them day. You know, the eyes them life. Remembering that it is the gift. You know, the presence, our presence, the gift, which is life. We do give thanks that life sustaineth life. You know, and we have nothing to worry about in creation, but to do good and dwell in the land. And verily, we shall be fed. Verily, our greatest desires shall be accomplished in the land. Yeah, by faith, by controlled thoughts. You see it? By walking in a firm meditation. You see it? Understanding what creation is. The beauty and the joy of this wonderful place. You see it. So until such time, royal family, do keep the eyes them head above water. You see it. Keep your minds them out of the gutter. You see it. And stay shining more and more to that brighter day. Until such time, I am.